What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to an episode of Josh's Comics. Today is not going to be a haul video. We're going to take a bit of a break. Instead, we're going to talk about some omnis, but most importantly, we're going to talk about some omnis that are releasing this year, whether it be reprints or brand new ones, and what my want list is and what I am picking up for 2024. So stay tuned to find out what's on my list. Welcome back, guys. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at some omniverses that are coming out later this year. Um, Couple on the list are coming out within the next month or so, but these are books that I am looking forward to picking up myself. And we do have a reprint on the list, but other than that, most are actually, well, no, actually, we have two reprints, kind of, but most of the new ones too that are coming out later this year. Just letting you know, I will be letting you know about the release date. Release dates tend to sometimes change. As of this video, these are the current release dates. One does not have an official release date except for just a placeholder of the 31st of December this year, but that's fine. So it may end up being pushed back. We'll have to see. Um, I've realized since I've started collecting omnis in the last 2 years, most times now, release dates tend to stick. Sometimes, like a year or two ago, we used to get pushed back quite a bit. But yeah, and we got a nice list here, and I'm excited to share this with you guys. So we're gonna start off, and not going in any particular order. We're just gonna go down the list. Let's start off some Cyberpunk 2077 Omniverse Volume 1. Don't know why they're calling it Volume 1 because this collects everything. Its release date is October 15th of this year. Price tag for $29.99. Now, it is going to be a soft cover. We have to see if it'll be a hardcover. I would prefer a hardcover, but if it's a soft cover, I'll take it. And actually, the Cyberpunk Library Edition, I believe they call it, is the same thing, but this will have a little bit more in it. And let's look at the contents. Uh, Contents, it's going to have Cyberpunk 2077 Trauma Team issue number 1 through 4. Um, Cyberpunk 2077, you have my Ward issue 1 through 4, and Cyberpunk 2077 Blackout issue 1 through 4. And it will feature a very nice cover gallery and expanded sketchbook selection, which was not in the library edition. So I think for $30, and to be fair, these are the prices listed. But if you go to any of the retailers, I shop out of Organic Price Books. I love their shipping, and most of these are gonna be you're gonna get a good percentage off. So you don't even pay full price. But Cyberpunk is a Cyberpunk story is pretty much set around the video game that I ended up loving and enjoying, and it's like imagine Blade Runner set in the future, more futuristic with a punk edge to it. And I actually picked up the whole set of Cyberpunk on eBay last year, and I do have issue 1. Rumors that a movie's coming. So, but yeah, overall, I'm excited. I probably won't read all the issues. I know I have to see now because then I'll have all the issues in single format, but I don't want to read them because I want to, you know, keep them great. But let's move on. Secret Wars by Jonathan Hickman. So we're gonna get Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars. Obviously, Secret Wars is gonna happen from what we know in the MCU, be a couple years. And this has got a release date for December 17th. I haven't read any of his Secret Wars. I would imagine that Marvel and Avengers Secret Wars is probably going to take off of this run and not the original. We'll have to see what happens. But it's going to have a $100 price tag for it. And you know what? I'm just thinking now, I didn't put the page count down, but most of these animes are at least 600 pages, if not longer. But let's look at the contents for Secret Wars. It's going to collect Avengers from 2012, issue 35 through 44. New Avengers from the 2013 run, issue 24 through 33, Free Comic Book Day 2015 Secret Wars, and a story and Secret Wars from 2015 issue 1 through 9. I can't wait to pick this up. I think it's from what I understand, it can be a bit of a confusing read, but I heard some of the great art, great storytelling. We'll have to see what happens. And I enjoyed Hickman's run on Fantastic Four, which is those two blue covers right there. I really enjoyed it. And Hickman for me has been kind of hit or miss, but like I said, his Fantastic Four run was great. So moving on, these next two are volume 1 and 2. I'm extremely excited to pick these up. And this one, the one of them is coming out in the next month, and I've been wanting and begging to read this run, and I'm happy that we're getting it sooner than later. Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, Omnibus Volume 1, coming out next month. So July 9th, 2000, yeah, it's July 9th, 2024. $100 retail price, which I'm okay with, and collecting Daredevil from 2019, issue number 1 through 30, and Daredevil Annual number 1. So they broke it up into two. We'll talk about volume 2, but volume 1, I can't wait. I heard Chip has some of the best writing, and honestly, I would probably say if you ask me my ranking for Daredevil, it would have to obviously be the Frank Miller run. And then I would probably say Michael Benez, and then probably Blue Baker. But with Chip coming into the mix, we'll have to see. I have a few of the key issues from his run, which I collect for the collection because I'm a collector. But to read his whole story from back to front, I'm excited for it. Now, Volume 2 was also announced. So, Volume 2 has a release date of 12/31/24. Again, a placeholder date, knowing that it's set in December 31st. In the next couple months, we'll find out if it'll actually probably be releasing. There's a good chance that this might be pushed back into the beginning of 2025. But still, this thing's loaded. It's collecting Daredevil issue number 31 through 36 for the rest of the issue from 2019. Daredevil Woman Without Fear 2022, issue 1 through 3. Devil's Rang, issue number 1 through 6. Devil's Rang Omega, and Daredevil 1 through 14, which would be the last of Chip's run. So, yeah, they really stacked up Volume 2. I kind of wish they would have just put the other 6 issues of Chip's run into Volume 1. But hey, better than ever, right? And like again, I can't wait to pick these up and read them. I just heard so many great things, and I love Daredevil, and I know Chip's killing it right now with Batman from what I'm hearing. I tend not to collect newer books. I wait until Omnis come out, guys. I know some of you people not like that, but that's just the way I am. I want to read the full story up front and get a whole collected edition like you see in the back, and then that way I can sit back, read the whole story. You don't have to worry about going out to a store every week, picking up a single copy. That's just my take, but moving on, this book is, and again, Cyberpunk is kind of like a reprint in my opinion. And so the only other reprint we have on the list is a meaty one. This might be one of the biggest page count for Omnis ever. Batman: the Arkham Saga Omniverse, which is a new edition, which is a reprint. Um, Coming out in September of 2024, on the 24th of September, for $150. Again, it depends on where you buy it from. You won't pay that exact price, or you could if depending on where you get it from. But there are places you get it from cheaper or discounts. This thing is loaded. All right, so bear with me here, guys. This collects Batman Arkham Asylum: The Road to Arkham, Batman Arkham City issue number 1 through 5, Batman Arkham City Endgame number 1, Batman Arkham Knight 1 through 12, Batman Arkham Knight Annual number 1, Batman Arkham Knight Batgirl and Harley Quinn number 1, Batman Arkham Knight Genesis issue number 1 through 6, Batman Arkham Knight Robin special number 1, Batman Arkham Origins, and Batman Arkham Unhinged, which I believe is a 20-issue run, if I'm not mistaken, which I do have. It's weird because some of these stories I would be double dipping essentially on. but I don't have every single issue of the Arkham Saga. And so the Arkham Saga is essentially based off the video games from Rocksteady, the trilogy. And I love video game comics, especially when it's like favorite characters like Batman. So that's a pickup for me. Anyway, that was out of print. That's been out of print for quite a few years now. And I've realized with Marvel, if you need books that are out of print, don't worry. Especially this, if it's been reprinted already once, there's a good chance it's going to be reprinted again because it keeps selling out, right? Um, DC is a bit different on the Omni side. There are certain Omnis they keep forever green, which means they keep them forever printing. We are finally getting some big reprints, or have gotten in the last half year big reprints from them, and we are getting some new Omnis. We'll find out by the end of the year, but I didn't think the Arkham Saga was going to be reprinted, and yeah, I'm happy about that. I get a chance to buy it. Like I could have bought it for over $200-300 on eBay used. I don't want to do that. I bought a few armies off of eBay, and not bad experiences or anything. Just pretty pricey, you know. I could have saved up, and for example, the Captain America Blue Baker run, which is like 5 or 6 armies. I spent some good change getting a couple of the middle armies that were out of print. And this year they came right back into print finally after a few years. There was no talk about it. And but yeah, usually if you're waiting on a book and like I said, it's sold out quickly, it's gonna be reprinted eventually. If you can wait out, hold out, and you don't have to pay extreme prices. Moving on to the last Ami on this list. This is a good one, and I love this. So this is the Batman and Robin Adventures Omniverse, which is based off of Batman Adventures. We finally got Batman Adventures Volume 1 essentially earlier this year, or was it last year? And loved it. I love the animated series. That's my love for DC. That's where I grew up at. Watching it weeknights from like 4:30 to 5 or 5:30 or whatever it was. And this is coming out July 9th of 2024. Retail price for $75. Now, if you buy it from Organic Price Books, I believe it's only $60. Um, so this collects the Batman and Robin Adventures issue number 1 through 25, the Batman and Robin Adventures annual number 1 through 2, the Batman and Robin or the Batman Adventures the Lost Years issue number 1 through 5, and the Batman and Robin Adventures Sub-Zero number 1, based off the animated movie, and more. And I'm assuming when they say and more than likely there's going to be cover art, sketches, probably maybe some interviews with the creators and writers. Paul Dini, of course, will probably be in there, who created the animated series and one of the best. My hope is essentially that we have more of we have the Batman and Adventures. Uh, we actually have Batgirl Adventures. She does have her own thing. Supergirl has her own adventures, I believe. I think. Um, and then we have Gotham Adventures, which is more of a Bat Family kind of thing, but still set in the animated universe. That's like over 50 issues long. I'm hoping that a lot down the line, this means that in the future we'll see more of the DC animated comics in Omniverse format. Uh, the Batman Adventures continues, which has been out for a few years now, if not a little bit longer. They finally finished, wrapped up on the run. They're done with it. Bat can obviously be made in to another Omni. So my hope is, like I said, Batman Adventures kicked it off. I know it sold really well, and I'm pretty sure DC's happy with it. A lot of people bought it and loved it, and that's why I think immediately, almost afterwards, we got news that Batman and Robin Adventures are coming, and I would imagine this thing's probably already pre-ordered up and ready to go. So people might be in for a treat. I think later this year we're gonna find out a little bit more, and yeah. Like I said, I just hope more of the adventures, Gotham adventures, I would love to see in there too. Um, but yeah. So guys, that is it. This is just a nice little list I made. I want to change it up a little bit here on the show. Um, Speaking of that, I'm gonna kick it off on this episode. At the end of the month, I want to do like a Q&A. So what that means is on any of these videos leading up to the end of the month, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave them. And then at the end of the month, I'll do a separate video answering the Q&A, the questions. I think it'd be cool. I know some other channels do it, and I like to try it out and see how it goes. I'm also going to be doing some other videos. I have a ton of books for hauls, and I'm catching up on my reading on omnis. So like I said, that will continue and be coming back eventually. But yeah, I want to do some different videos here and there, not just all haul videos. I'm kind of feeling like myself. I'm picking up great books, but I feel like I'm getting a bit stale, and I want to change it up. So and like I said, omnis are a great way to read. I have a whole shelf, as you can see behind me. If you don't want to ruin those key issues. Or even if you just want to read complete runs, I don't have the room to buy a single issue comic. So Omni's a great way to collecting. And this list is my list of like what I'm looking forward to picking up this year, that are coming out. So there are books that I'm behind on, but there are a couple of Omnis that I'm picking up in the next couple of weeks that have already been out. So I didn't include them on the list. But I think I might do in a couple weeks is I might just do an all reprint list, and it's gonna show the like maybe top 5, top 10 Ami reprints that are coming out, not current, not have already hit, but are coming out later this year, sometime this year, that I feel like you guys kind of should check out. They've been out of print for a while, and there's a good chance that if it's been out of print for a while and it comes back into print, there's a good chance it's going to go right back out because everybody's been wanting it. Who's wanted it in the past, or brand new collectors are always coming in and wanting to read. So yeah. Um, with that being said, do me a favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe. It helps out the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought about this video. I know it's a bit different for some of you guys. And let me know if you're going to pick up any of these books on the list. And if you've read any of the issues, what you thought of the runs, and let me know. And yeah. And like I said, the Q&A. Feel free. Leave questions down below at the end of the month. We'll start it off and we'll answer some questions. So until next time, guys, stay safe, take care of each other. And as always, we will see you on the next episode of Josh's Comics.